want to, we have a couple more clips of AIPAC. We have Mike Pompeo there, but I first off want to start by congratulating Kamala Harris on two things. One, I want to congratulate her. She came out with I think a pretty decent proposal that hopefully will get will get this issue more in the popular discourse, which is a proposal to close the pay gap for teachers. Calling for the estate tax to be raised and the federal government providing first 10% in a raise for teachers across the board, and then matching funds with states. I applaud that. She's going after the teachers union's endorsement, and good. I hope there's a huge race for that so that we support public education even more than we do now, which depending on where you live, because we know that education in this country is funded in a completely self-defeating way. The biggest challenge to education is what happens in the home. And if you send and kids coming from a household that is living in poverty or near poverty, underperform in school, and schools cannot fix that. So you need to provide funding, and well, I should say schools can only fix that so much. You need to provide address the underlying problems, and then B, you need to provide earlier schooling, more competent schooling, and more funded schools, but in those areas which need it the most. Because of the way that we fund schools with property taxes, they get the least. So kudos to her for talking about federal support for our schools. And also, kudos to Kamala Harris for saying to AIPAC, I am joining some fellow 4 or 5 candidates in boycotting the AIPAC conference. I'm not going to go there and give a speech because of their attacks on folks like Ilhan Omar and the fact that they are pushing an agenda, the right-wing agenda in its support of Israel. So kudos for her. And then, and here she is taking a celebratory picture of that boycott with the entire executive suite of AIPAC in her office. Is that what's going on there?
Yes.
Huh.
That's California.
Oh, the California delegation.
I think it's, well, can I just say, though, it is important to note that all of the other candidates who have not attended did not explain why. They just aren't going. Bernie's the only campaign that released a statement specifically saying AIPAC's comments on Ilhan Omar and so on is why he's not going. That is a meaningful distinction.
Yes.
But this is a lot of brass right here. This takes the cake.
That look on her face is like, I didn't realize there'd be a photo.
That look on her face is like, I'm good at this. I'm going to break this down to Charlemagne the God.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill Helper.
Yeah. There is a charm in how totally full of it she is. Just like.
Do we have a clip of